Happy Wednesday, Sooner Nation, Surgeholics. Welcome to the Sooner Surge, the podcast that tells it like it is. The winter storms are coming to Oklahoma tomorrow, and Oklahoma basketball right now had an 18-point lead, and guess what? In typical Porter Moser fashion, they're blowing it.
Wait. Typical Porter Moser, aren't they still up 12 or 13 points?
I don't know. They had cut it to 10 in about the instant like that, Jay.
Yeah, people make runs in college basketball. I mean,
especially against OU. Hey,
what's going on?
He was looking good. Bryson Goodine with 21 first half points is insane.
Yeah, he had like 6 threes, tearing it up.
Yeah. Hey, huge news tonight. OU gets Locke, a Locke out of the portal. 1 catch, 2 yards last year. This to me is a massive win out of the portal.
Hey. You know what came? I'm going to ask a question. What is, and this will be a kind of a trivia question right off the bat. Okay. And it's not really trivia. You got to think what I'm thinking. Okay. Tell me the first thing that came to mind when you heard the name. And Jerm, I don't want you to answer it. People will know this. What is the very first thing that came to mind when you heard the name John Locke?
It's so easy.
Not Pete. I've not seen.
No, I'm pretty sure from a movie.
Not from a movie.
I would guess it's a PWO.
Mr. B got it.
That's what I not movie at the show. Yeah, I knew that.
John Locke, the show Lost. Exactly, Mr. B. That's the first thing that popped in my head.
Hey, Jay. Has to be. Has to be a PWO.
Let me ask you this: Why another tight end?
I can't explain it, Jay.
Hey, go through the tight ends they got out of the portal right now.
I can't even name them all, Jay.
That was my point.
No name West, no name East, no name this, no name that.
That is one position group out of the portal. You're thinking, okay, now what do you think they're doing with these 3 that they've gotten? Like, what do you think the role is for these guys?
They either think that someone's moving. Hey, I got something interesting. I don't know if you saw it, Jay.
By the way, before you say I got to answer Chief T-Bird's question, yes, worst ending ever. I agree. Go ahead.
Maybe they're going to play 4 tight ends instead of linemen. Hey, I saw an interesting thing, Jay.
What's
and
that?
I agree with Mr. B. They're going to be blocking tight ends. That's what they're going to be in short yardage situations.
Many of them?
They're not on scholarship. I don't think so. Hey, Jay. Yeah. Jaron Kennick's tweet today.
What about it? Didn't see it.
He was doing like either an Instagram live or a tweet live or whatever those are called. Guess where he was?
Oh, I saw him. He was on the practice, like inside gymnasium.
And guess what the title was under his name? Said Jaron Kennick, catching passes. Interesting.
He might have been trolling, Jerm.
Maybe he's going to be their 8th tight end.
Well, how many can you have? I mean, seriously, they got enough, don't they? It's kind of wild. Tweet live. It was a tweet live. Yeah, he was.
Hey, Hunter, if you know the tweet world, why am I tweeting more than you? That's my question, buddy. Maybe you should be the tweeter.
Maybe so. H-back. People are saying H-back, Jerm. But, he hasn't really played that much of an H-back, has he? As far as Arbuckle system, I mean.
Jay, this is what I think. And Ron, absolutely not, in my opinion. Devon Mitchell's not leaving. I do think Devon Mitchell will be the starter. I think they'll play double tight end sets. Maybe they're going to use an H-back. Jay, maybe he's sitting there thinking, let's try to let me think about we've had some blocking issues. Let me work on some scheme where there's double tight ends, a fullback. I don't know, Jay. I don't know what he's thinking.
Jerry said he was kicking field goals, what he heard. Maybe a do-it-all guy.
Hey, guess what? Danny's here to spread rumors, most of them being false like he usually does. Hey, Danny, welcome back. Welcome back, Danny.
Hey, we'll see what happens in the spring. I think you're going to lose somebody in the spring. I don't know who it would be at this point, but you're going to lose some people. It always happens. That's what spring football.
Jay, we used to love the grand prize game.
What's that?
We used to love the grand prize game on Bozo the Clown.
Is that what that was on?
The ping pong balls? Oh, it's the grand prize game.
Was that the grand prize game with the ping pong balls?
Grand prize game. Yes. Absolutely was.
Most of these new tight ends, I don't know what they're going to do with all these. They got a lot of them. That's all I do know.
They're not going to play likely. So,
hey, Monty brings up a good point. We talked about this the other night. They are spending a lot of money to retain guys, but so are guys like Alabama, Georgia. All teams have to do that. They've spent some money in the portal. They haven't spent as much as some teams. You look at Ole Miss, LSU, and you go down the list, there's probably 5 or 6. But you got guys, you know who a team that I would be – I don't know next year, guys, about this team I'm getting ready to say.
Hey.
And wait. Alabama, who's their quarterback going to be?
I have no idea, Jay.
Who's their quarterback going to be? A serious question.
I have no idea, Jay. I have no idea.
Wondering.
Hey, I've got to address this. First off, I mean, I never say us or we. I try really hard not to. And Devon couldn't play against Navy, but according to Devon himself, it wasn't anyone's decision but him. As far as what he's done, his consequences, because he's failed to do what he needs to do. I don't think he leaves in the spring. First off, if he was going to leave, he should have left by now. He should have got somewhere where he could have got paid and got in their school and started practicing. I doubt he's leaving in the spring.
Do you really? S to G says because they will use 2 to 3 tight ends at a time. I just don't see that happening, guys. I don't see him playing 3 tight ends at once. Now, maybe in a certain situation, I get it.
They're not playing these guys, Jay.
Even if you went 3 tight ends out of those guys that Hunter mentioned that they got in the portal, I mean, who do you think's going to be in that 3 tight end unit if you were to go 3 tight? I don't know. I don't know. But here's what I want to say.
Now.
First off, I want to say this. I cannot comment on these 3 because I have no clue about it. I haven't watched any of their tape, so I can't tell you how good or
there isn't any tape.
What? And that might be part of it.
And hey, Devon Mitchell did not sit against Navy because they were saving him from injury. He said it himself why. He made bad decisions. And by the way, I say 95% chance Devon Mitchell's the starting tight end next year.
99% chance?
95.
Wow, that's pretty high. That's pretty high. Benjamin says spent $24 million on current roster.
Hey, anyone who thinks he's gone, why would he not have left already? I just want to know your opinions, guys, on it. If you think Devon Mitchell is gone, tell me why he didn't already leave. Why would he stay through this semester? Explain that.
I don't know, Jerm. I don't know. And now the lead is down to 6 on OU. There it is, Jerm.
It's Porter Moser, Jay.
I'm not getting on a Porter Moser banner with you tonight. I'm not doing it. Not while the game's going on.
I wouldn't either because you'll lose.
No, I will not. So I don't want to do it tonight. So just go ahead and change the subject. Talk about, let's hope they win this game. It's a big game for Oklahoma. They have to win. It's a home game. You got to win at home, period. How
many Spears have right now? How many Spears have right now? He had 2 in the first half. He had 7 right at the beginning of the second half.
Jeremy, I don't know. I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah.
100% he's a starting tight end. If not, it's because we get an 8 tight end in the portal that is a star already in D1. We'll see. OU going to find a way to lose a game. Well, hopefully
that's what they do under Porter Moser, Sooner Cowboys.
They need to win the game, period. Got to win. What else is going on today? Hey, who do you got tomorrow? Penn State, Notre Dame.
I got Notre Dame, Jay.
I got Notre Dame. Tomorrow. I think they win.
I got a little bit high. Do what?
I think they win that game tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, Penn State's got Tyler Warren, who I love. They're really good at running the ball. I think it's going to be a knockdown, just battle in the line of scrimmage, but I think Notre Dame wins.
Danny says Penn State, Sooner WX, Notre Dame. 9 threes now by Goodwin. Jeez.
Good eye.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. B, it may not have been a high priority in his scheme. He doesn't – guys, can we understand something, though? One thing, Ben Arbuckle doesn't have an Arbuckle system. He's not a guy who's bringing his own system.
Well, he does have a system.
It's based on 3 or 4 different guys he's worked under, though.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying, but he has a system he likes to run.
He's not tied to one certain thing where it's, for example, like the go-go. That's one thing.
Yeah, I see what you're saying on that part of it.
No, he doesn't, Eric. He does not have his own system.
He has a scheme he likes to do, though.
But it's based on all the name all the guys he's been under.
Hold up. Are you saying that he didn't create a system like the
it's not his system, Jay.
Okay, I understand that, but he's got a system. All offensive coordinators have their own system.
Well, everyone will choose what they call the plays, Jay, but it's not his system.
I see what you're saying. It's just a weird wordage. That's all.
Wordage.
Just a weird wordage.
It's not his system.
Who do you all think these big time DCs will use? Daniel, I don't know if there's one. Now there might be. I know. Listen, wait. I know a lot of people are saying there might be, and maybe there is smoke there where there's fire, whatever the saying is. But like I've said before, I don't see BV just relinquishing the defense to somebody. So that would be my holdup with it, Daniel. We talked about names the other night. Jim
Knowles is one that's been thrown out there.
You could keep throwing names out there to me, and if it'd be like Brent Minimal's going to relinquish the defense, that I just don't know. Daniel, you hasn't heard anything either.
Jay, Knowles, I think, has family in Oklahoma. But listen, I talked to someone from Ohio State, Jay, someone who's really knows, and they said they haven't heard anything that Jim Knowles would be looking to leave. And hey, that's incorrect. Mike Leach had his own system. There's been a lot of guys who've had their system that other people have developed, or Hal Mummy would be one. I mean, there's guys
did Lincoln Riley, in your opinion?
Do what?
Did Lincoln Riley, in your opinion?
What wasn't Lincoln Riley a branch out of?
Everybody's a branch out of something, Jerm.
No, some guys create their system, Jay. We just named some.
One guy. One. Go off. One guy.
Leach or Hal Mummy.
Hal Mummy created that in the go-go offense. What are we talking about?
Ben Arbuckle himself said, I'm saying Ben Arbuckle himself said he is not tied to a certain scheme. He said it himself.
Hey, Jerm, listen to me real quickly. He's not talking about the name of his offense. He's talking about scheme as in, I'm not tied down to running tube tight end set. I'm not tied down to running spread.
That's what I just said.
But this is a dumb argument. I'm not even going to. And Lloyd said Zach Arnett. Listen, I've heard that name thrown out there from people. He just got hired at UNLV under Dan Mullen to be the DC. I get it. Obviously, OU, he could come to OU. Once again, unless you're going to let Zach Arnett call his defense, you're going to let him run. Is BV going to just relinquish that? That's my holdup on everything like that. Yeah, I mean,
hey,
I'm not going to talk about this dumb argument about schemes and stuff. I think it's silly.
I won't talk about it either. Then move on, then, Jay. Jeez.
Yeah, let's move on. Yeah, flip that globe, spin it to somewhere else. Lincoln Riley created a system he likes to run. And that's why this is stupid. Like he learned from people and then he created his own. Everybody does that. Everybody.
But Jay, he stayed with his scheme and system. Lincoln Riley.
I don't know what we're talking about. I really don't. I'm lost on.
Well, I'm not going to argue anymore because you don't want me to talk about it, so I won't.
No, I'm just lost on the whole conversation. So I don't really know how to answer it. So 70-59, Oklahoma. 8 minutes left. Finish this game off, boys. Finish this game off.
Take care of the basketball and rebound, and you win the game. No turnovers and rebound. The game's over.
That's right. Now we go another day. Correct me if I'm wrong. No commitment from the linebacker from OSU, Jeff Robertson, hasn't committed yet. I know there was a lot of people thinking that was as a future cast or whatever crystal ball that was going to happen. Hasn't happened yet. Waiting on that. Craig says first SEC win. Come on, you need to get the win.
Anytime you can beat Buzz Williams, it's good.
Thunder with the loss tonight, snapped their 15-game win streak. It was a good game, though. It was a good game.
Bad defense outside of Lou Dort. Couldn't read that moments.
I heard today on the radio, Jake Trotter. You know Jake Trotter. He was on the Sports Animal this morning. Obviously, he'd worked in Cleveland area for a while, and now he's back with the ESPN. He said that Sam Presti pretty much unloaded the kitchen sink to try to get Evan Mobley when Cleveland drafted him. Pretty much give Cleveland whatever they wanted, and they wouldn't do it. and
Hey.
he knew he was really good. But
Hey,
just
OU is 13-1, I believe. Going to be 14-1 if they win tonight. And hey, what is OU's record? Is it Calvin Curry or is it Dave Seeger or is it? I think who holds the record for most 3-pointers in a game?
Most threes in a game? Are you asking a trivia?
I'm asked. I don't know the answer. I think it's either Calvin Curry or Tim Heskett never got to 9. I mean, Goodine might be breaking a school record tonight.
I for some reason I think the record was like 11. I was going to say Brent Price.
No, not on threes. I don't think.
Brent Price.
Hunter will find it. Hunter will find it.
Jay in his bag. Am I right?
What?
Why am I in my bag? What?
How is Jay in his bag? I'm the one that asked the trivia. It is Brent Price. 11. Nice, Jay. Good job, Jay. Do you know where he was from?
Enid,
Oklahoma.
What else do you want to ask me, Germ?
Hey, Tyler. Tyler, does the does it say Heart Hustle Hardwood? Because I love that team.
Wait, he signed your hand? Is it still there? You said right.
Tyler, I thought it said assigned basketball.
No, Tyler says he has, not had. He still has it. Did you get it tattooed?
Is it one of those things they signed it? You say, I'm never going to wash this hand the rest of my life.
Brent lives down the street from me in the end. Who was a better player, Brent or Mark?
Mark in the NBA,
NBA.
Brent in college.
Yeah.
Where did Mark play college ball? Where did Mark play?
Wait, Sooner Freak. The answer to this is Austin Box.
Yes.
Also, I believe PJ Mills.
PJ Mills also did. Lydell Carr also.
I mean, Mark was great in the NBA.
Yep.
I agree.
He was Georgia Tech. That is correct. Man,
great in the NBA.
Surgeaholics tonight. We got plethora of trivia going on right now.
That's right.
Oh, the OU number 1 finger foam hand.
Okay. That makes a little more sense. I get it. Well, hopefully they can finish the game strong, get the W. That's what they need.
Hey, we're going to open the phone lines here. Before we do, check out the Fan Stop at thefanstop.com. It's officially licensed gear. It's locally owned. It is great stuff. You can sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. Use code SURGE. Get 10% off your first 3 months. So hop on board. Thefanstop.com. Hey, what's a waste of time? Eric, getting an autograph's a waste of time. Man, my sons love it. I love it.
Well, there you go. They cut that lead very quickly. They scored 5 points in a row. So,
from Clinton, Oklahoma. From Clinton. There's been several guys from Clinton. Was Trent Smith the Clinton tight end, or was?
Not sure, Jerm.
Where was Gresham from? Ada? Ada was also where Jeremy Shockey was from.
Trent Smith,
Trent Smith. Thank you very much.
Clinton Red Tornadoes. What a name. What a name. Ardmore, they're saying.
Fear's not in the game again? Yeah, because it's Porter Moser.
Maybe they're giving him a break, Germ. Maybe they're giving him a rest.
He sat a lot of the first half, Jay.
70
now
to
60. That's 3. It's ridiculous.
You cannot choke this game away. He's in right now, Germ, so stop. You don't know.
They probably just put him back in.
You don't know. You're not watching it. I mean, gosh, Germ.
3-point game.
3-point game. You cannot lose this game, Oklahoma.
Oh, period. They will. Jay. Porter. It's Porter, your boy.
Hey, that's a bad take, Brian. Bad take, bud. I'm sorry, but he's going to be a lot of.
No, what's happened is he's been handcuffed by Porter Moser in conference play like he does every guard.
Hey, but to say he sucks is not true.
Who do we got on here?
Caller on the line. What's going on?
Hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you.
How you been? How was your holiday, Jerm and Jay?
Doing all right, man. You?
Oh man, blessed holiday. I survived the debacle of the OU season this year. So, hey, I got a question for you, Jay and Germ. Going forward to 2025, how do you feel with the hire of Ben Arbuckle, getting John Mateer in with the recruits, the transfer? How do you think we're going to fare in the 2025 season coming up?
Are you talking about record-wise or?
No, just do you think it's going to be enough to save BV season this year?
There's no way to know if it's going to be enough because, in my opinion, it's playoff or bust. Arbuckle, I think the offense is going to be improved because it can't be any worse. Defensively, they got some guys, but until I see it in games that consistently where BV is his game management's better, where decision making's better, where they play more with confidence, then it's going to be hard to have a huge hope.
Yeah. Before I get out of here, I was going to give y'all a shout out. Come Monday with me and Michael Boganowski. Me and Mike Sr. is going to have the legendary Mike Steely on the Mike and Mike Monday show at 3:30. So hey, love your show, guys. I'm like y'all. I'm just going to have to see what unfolds this next season.
Hey, I'm with you. We'll see what happens. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. There you go, Mike the Legend, back on here. So let's move on here. We got Mr. B. Can you name the OU running back that went to White Oak High School? That'd be James Allen, Mr. B. That would be the answer to that.
James Allen went to Wynnewood.
Was he? I was thinking
James Allen was Wynnewood.
You're right. It was Wynnewood. You're right.
You're probably right, Daniel. You're probably right. I mean, if he finishes there, he probably won't be. I'm just saying, personally, what I've been saying is playoffs or bust, but you're probably right on that. Is OU only up 1 now? This is unbelievable.
They were up 1, Jerry. That's right.
Unbelievable, man.
A&M playing better right now than OU. That's a fact. If BV is right at the cusp of making the playoffs, finishing ranked 13-15, he won't be fired. You're right, and that'd be 9 wins. I think a lot of people in the Discord, we talked about it. I think Eric brought it up when we were talking about it. Probably 8 wins get you. They'll keep him. Now, I think he needs to make the playoff personally, but I think 8 wins would get you in.
I am done. Hey, I'm going to lose my mind if OU blows this game because I told you they would.
What's going on? How are they losing?
Porter Moser's going on.
What is Porter Moser doing to make them lose? I'd like to know. I'm not watching.
Every year, Jay, this happens. They take on his persona. He's all stressed out on the sideline, man. Jeez.
James Allen did go to Wynnewood, and you question me on fears. Laughable. Hey,
yeah,
Brian,
to say fear sucks. Hey, to say fear sucks is the worst take I've heard on the Sooner Surge.
Hey, you cannot say a lottery pick sucks. Now Brian, you could say Fears isn't playing well. That's different. But to say Fears sucks is not a fact. And is he turning the ball over and not playing well? Yeah, maybe you could say that, but you can't say he just sucks. He's going to be a lottery pick.
Jason,
you can't say he sucks.
You can say what you want about this. I've told you every year, and it continues again. Here it is. Here it is. And the reason Fears is being exposed, Sooner Cowboys, in my opinion, when your head coach is just crazy on the sidelines, and you get in tight games, you start play. You take on
winning changes everything.
Of your head coach,
winning
in my
changes
opinion.
Everything. People come.
He has lost his confidence. He has. It's not a shot. Go look at Javion McCollum. Go look at Umoja Gibson. Go look at every guard that's played.
Umoja Gibson went to DePaul.
And to say he's 6'4", he is 6. People act like he's a short guard. He's not.
Hey, I don't need to take off my glasses. When somebody says a player sucks, it's going to be an NBA lottery pick. I can't say they suck. Can you say they're playing good? Yes.
Brian, you don't know basketball if you think he sucks. He may not be good tonight, but he doesn't suck.
That's all I'm saying, Brian. I'm not disagreeing when you're saying he's playing good. I'm just saying you can't say that's like saying, look, a guy that's going to be drafted number 10 overall, just he's not any good at basketball. Come on. He's good at basketball. He's not playing well. Geez. 72-71. Pull this W out, Oklahoma. Period.
Pull it out. I'm going to do it, Johnson, after the Bama game if OU wins this.
Wow.
Anyway, Chuck, we're talking about what everyone wants to talk about. People are mentioning it in the chat, so we will. Hey, 3-ball A&M. Oh, you can't defend. Jeez. Chuck, what do you want to talk about tonight? Because OU landed the stud tight end with 1 catch, 2 yards. There has been talk of a mysterious big-time DC coming to Norman. Who? That's the question. That's the question of who it's going to be.
Don't know who it would be. People melting down over here in the chat. It's a Sooner channel. I'm confused. Ryan,
Hey.
what's up, Ryan?
No, yeah, it's a Sooner channel, Jay. That's what we just said. Jay,
Yeah.
to me, I'm not even going to say it, man. This is just unbelievable performance. And guess what, Sooner WX? OU won't play his own. OU won't play his own. They're going to stick to a man they can't defend.
What was the score at halftime? They had 30 points, and now they're going to score 50 this half again. No defense. That's the problem. And that's the thing.
Thank you.
Porter Mosers usually plays good defense. His teams do. So that's the bad thing. Well, if they don't win home games in the SEC, they will miss the tournament. You're right. You got to win home games, or you're
The
staring at a
NCAA tournament has 68 teams, and OU's never been in the field of 68. Under Porter Moses, not in the field of 68 basketball teams.
We got Greg on the line. What's up, Greg? What's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, can you
Yes.
hear us, Greg?
Okay. Yeah, sorry. These headphones are I can hear you now, yeah. So I have insight into who the DC is going to be. I know. We're hiring
Who's it gonna
Steve Spagnuolo from the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be great? He'd be awesome.
I'd love that. Not happening, though, is it?
That would be
Yeah,
great.
not going to happen.
What about Jim Leonard?
Yeah. One thing I was thinking, maybe. I think we got a shot at him. Yeah, why not?
What else you got, Greg?
I don't know. I was thinking about that top 5 brands in college football that we'd mentioned
Oh,
a
yeah,
couple
that was
nights
last
ago.
night,
Yeah, I've been
wasn't it?
thinking about
Yeah.
that since then.
Yeah, what would you say, Greg?
Here's my thoughts on it. I would say, in no particular order,
Okay.
Alabama, Notre Dame, Florida, Texas, and so that's 4. Miami. Yeah.
I wouldn't have Florida in there.
I would not have Florida. I wouldn't have would Miami be top 5 brand?
I would have Miami in there. I would agree with Greg on Miami.
Not Michigan over Miami?
The reason they could be interchangeable there, but the reason I say Florida, I guess if we're just talking about pure brands, just being able to recognize a brand, like I think you could show a lot of non-football fans the Florida logo, and they would know, oh, yeah, that's the University of Florida. So I think that's part of my reason for that. Now, mine doesn't have necessarily to do with on the field action. Now, that's part of it. But yeah, if we're just talking about brands, recognizability, I think you have to throw in Florida in there. That's just my personal opinion.
And I see it, but I like eggplants here. Texas, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Bama, Michigan. That's a good
Yeah.
group too. That's a good
I can
group.
get behind them.
I think it's interesting. You'll have some people that pick Georgia and some people won't. Is it because Georgia has been recently really good?
Yes, that's why a lot of people put it.
historically, or what?
Yeah. I think Georgia is on the cusp there, but they're fairly new to, being at the top of the college football game. I think they have a few more seasons of, making the playoffs and stuff. You could absolutely toss them in there, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
not riveting content. But that's my thoughts on that. Yeah.
no, I think it's good. I think it's interesting because I think it'd be interesting to say, okay, how do you pick the brand? Is it based off logos? I mean, popularity. It's interesting conversation to be like, how do you pick your 5? You know what I mean? Based off wins. I mean, what do you base it on? So it's a good interesting topic for sure.
It's got to be a mix, I think, of just recognizability from the logos and the brand, but also, of course, how they are on the field, right? That's why M is in there. But yeah, maybe that sparks conversation. Y'all have a good one now.
Hey, have a good one, Greg.
Appreciate
Thanks for calling in.
Jay, there's probably not out. I mean, how many total are there? 10 tops?
What? 10 what?
Top brands.
Is Brandon Blue Blood the same or no?
I think Greg was using it a little different, maybe.
No, I'm asking you. I was just asking you.
I don't think it's the same.
Yeah,
I think Blue Bloods has to do more with winning. Brands has to do with more in franchise sales and things like that.
And I agree, because if you want to say the number one brand in all of football, it's Dallas Cowboys, and they haven't won anything in 30 years. Daniel's saying OU, OU2, OU3, OU4, OU5. JK, LOL. So
OU down 5, Jay. I can't say I told you so, but I will.
They're not going to win. They're not going to win this game.
Because of one reason.
It's a bad loss. Texas A&M without their best player tonight. Did not play, and they're going to lose again.
At home, up 18, and you lose the ball game.
Yeah, you can't. Pathetic.
Porter Moser needs to go.
It's middle of the season. Nothing's happening. It's okay. You got to direct this ship the right way, and you got to get some wins. It doesn't get easier because they go on the road to Georgia.
Every year.
They go on the road to Georgia. That's going to be a tough game. They just beat Kentucky. So SEC is really tough.
I don't want to hear it.
It is tough, Germ.
OU's beating some tough teams this year.
Not SEC caliber.
They were up 18. I don't care how good A&M is.
I agree, Germ. And CWX is Texas next week at home.
Stick to the Porter Moser defense.
Germ, I understand you. I understand you're mad. I would be mad too. I'm mad too.
I'm sick of you not all over Moser after.
Germ, I'm not going to do it on this. I'm not going to do it on this live show. I'm just not going to do it because it's a conversation for about an hour of me and you arguing, and nobody wants to watch that.
Yeah, okay? I agree. You're right. Let's move on.
And I've never in my life said Moser's it. So whatever.
I tell you, it's just baffling how they look so good in preseason every year.
They didn't play any SEC teams. What do you want? They played 2 top 10 teams in the last week.
Michigan's pretty good, Jay.
They played 2. They played the number 5 and the number 10 team in the last 2 games. It's not like they're playing scrubs.
A&M's
you don't play well, you're going to lose.
Oh,
you don't play well, you're going to lose, period.
1 point game. How much time's left? They need to pull this out somehow, some way.
Minute 30 left.
Oh, there's plenty of time. Jeez, finish this. Win this game.
That would be nice. OU's ball, 127 left. Wow.
Go to Jeremiah Fears.
This is kind of like a watch along, except we're not watching. We're just watching in the chat to see what happens. That's what's kind of funny.
Hey,
I lost my ever loving mind in there earlier, and I'm glad I didn't.
About
inside joke, Germ, you know.
Well, I was shocked at how you handled it, so it's kind of weak, if you ask me. But let's move on.
Me? What about you? You are. Oh wow. All right, moving on. Germ, I agree. Moser get too excited. Needs to learn from you. Yeah, learn from Germ. That's Ron with the sarcastic comments, as for sure. The Blake Griffin years were great, Greg. Those are great years. So were the Trey Young years. Trey Young, unbelievable. Did you see him the other night with the half-court shot? I love how Jeremy turns the camera off. Obviously, he went to watch the game. I think it's pretty funny.
I'm sitting.
You crack me up, Jerm. Oh, you lead, baby. Oh, you leads, Jerm. You got to finish this game, though. We'll see. Big game, though. Got to get to 1-1 in conference. Remember, let me get to something I saw in here I want to talk about. Kind of like the Thunder game. Yeah, except the Thunder really couldn't get over the hump. This is a little different. I mean, you had an 18-point lead. What was the biggest lead the Thunder had tonight? I didn't watch it, but
there were like 8 lead changes in that game. Hey, Goodine's got 34 points. It's insane.
Unbelievable. Thunder had a 9-point lead tonight. I did not know that, guys. 30-ish lead. It was a great game, man. Yeah,
I know the talk earlier. People were talking about Devon Mitchell hitting the portal in the spring. Why would you hit it? Why would anyone hit the portal in the spring unless they realize in the springtime they're not going to play? Right?
There's different reasons. There's different reasons,
but a guy like Devon Mitchell, he looks at the tight end room. There's no way he's looking at the tight end room thinking, hope I can beat these guys out. If he was, I would see him leave.
Yeah. Well, and he's got some – you don't know the whole situation with him. Like, obviously, him and Hawkins are really good friends. They're really good buddies. So you don't know the camaraderie stuff. He might love the team. I mean, anybody that says, why isn't guys portal, nobody knows the answers to that. 2 free throws for Fears coming up. You got to make them. 1-on-1.
1-1. How many Spears?
Godwin puts us up 1, Chris says. Yeah, that was a minute ago. Jump ball. We got things. I don't know what's going on. We got jump ball. We got a 1-on-1. We got all kinds of stuff going on. So how much time left? That's what I want to know. How much time's left in this game? I hope he steps up and really performs well as a main guy. 29.5 seconds. And then Mark says OU wins. Like, what's going on?
Some people are ahead of others, maybe, Jay. This is crazy stuff.
Well, I hope Mark's right and OU wins. I hope Mark's right.
Daniel, I'm sure Devon Mitchell recognizes that. What I'm saying is, if you know you're probably the most talented in the room and you didn't play this year because you made bad choices, apparently. Hunter said, yikes, so you lost. Jeez, Hunter. God.
OU down 2. They hit a 3.
Then why would you, Jay? Then why would you?
I don't know.
That's my question, though, Jay.
Question.
If you recognize you're the top dog, you're not going to hit the portal unless you just don't like it there. But that would have already made the decision.
Yeah. I don't know, Jeremy. I'm going to wait.
Jeremiah Fears missed a free throw and OU loses. Wow.
I'm going to wait and see on Devon Mitchell what happens.
I agree, it can be, but it doesn't usually cause you to leave. Usually, if you're the most talented, you're not leaving.
Yeah. Some of these comments, like OU's done, Fears missed a free throw. I just can't. They're not hiring some of these comments.
They probably hired Kellen Sampson. They still got plenty of time. Go get a basket, dude.
Yeah. I think some people are behind compared to others. So
I've seen OU wins. I've seen A&M wins. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I got different things going on. You see a Fears let the guy wide open, and then you see a filthy step back. So I don't know what happened. But there you go. Probably OU going to lose this game now. Disappointing. They said earlier that this is his probably best team since he's been OU. I would agree with that, but it doesn't matter if you don't make the tournament. It matters none at all if you don't make
68 teams in the tournament. If OU can't be one of those, it's embarrassing. Yep, Sooner softball, they get Sophia Bordy reclassifies and is on campus.
Yeah. 4 seconds left now, so it's pretty much over. A&M just won, so it's over. There it is. OU loses, chokes that game away, up 18 points.
I don't know that it's over, Jay, until Hunter says it.
It's over. If Sooner Cowboy says 4 seconds left. Hey, here's the thing. You can talk about Moser all you want. If you're up 18 points, maybe Moser should have just slowed it down and milked it. But you would have hated that. So
here you are trying to justify Porter Moser.
I'm not justifying
Not doing it.
Yeah, ball game over. OU loses. There he goes. Wow, that's pathetic. Bad loss. Bad loss. Moving on. Basketball, 0-2 in conference. Not good. Not good at all. It's the same thing, and it's the same thing that happened last year, the year before. They look really good in the non-conference, and then they get into the conference, and they just can't. And you know what it is? They lose close games like this. You got to win these close games. You have to win them. So, are you shocked? I mean, what's going on, Jeremy? You're just sitting there staring off to
No,
space.
I'm watching you the whole time because you just read comments and assume everyone who puts something in the chat knows what they're talking about. It's hilarious.
I don't
Well,
assume
you're like,
everybody-
well, that's it. Game's over. No, it's not. They're shooting free throws. So I said, until Hunter tells me, I'm not going to sit here and comment about it, dude. And Dalpois, sadly, that's most OU basketball fans, and I don't really like that attitude. Honestly, that's just me, though. There it is. There's the final. They missed both free throws, and OU still can't go down there and get it. Well, it's typical, guys. It's typical OU basketball. Unbelievable. Blake, I think Jaron Kennick's going to move to the offensive side. He was catching balls today. Now, I will tell you this. If he were to move over there, he's probably better than any of the guys they've signed recently at tight end. I don't think that's a stretch. So, unbelievable. Fears was horrible tonight is the word. Yep. Hey, S to G. That kind of seems to be the MO for any point guard that plays under Porter Moser in conference season. So
is that a play? So you're saying that's a coach fault? You think?
Absolutely.
Well, OU beat Texas. Yeah, I don't know. Let's move on from basketball. It's over. They lost. Basketball, not good. It's Porter Moser conference time. Enjoy, everyone. All right. Yeah, the tub days were great. But there's Dave every night, almost nightly.
Thanks for making our night with that $10 soup. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Too early to say they're going to not make the tourney, Jimmy. I'll say that. They're 0-2 in conference. Yes, it's not good, but it's too early.
If you base it on Porter Moser's history at OU, they're not making the tournament.
It was a sloppy out. Hey, sports, big time sports, and men's sports at Oklahoma right now. Golf is the best sport, right? Followed by baseball.
Likely, because basketball is not doing well, Jay.
That's what I'm saying.
Is Sark taking an NFL job? I say no. I say no.
Did you see their president left?
I did see that. That's interesting.
Yeah. We got people joining us now after watching the game. Not happy as the way it looks. Not happy at all after that choke job, up 18 points to lose that game. Absolutely embarrassing.
Did Jeremiah Fears have 18 turnovers?
No.
You're kidding.
There is no way one
Fears'
player had
turnovers
18.
in here.
There's no way one player had 18 turnovers.
I wouldn't think so. I would take 10 at the most.
Sooner WX. I would take Sark at the Cowboys. Yeah. I would take anybody at the Cowboys other than Mike McCarthy. Why? What are they holding on to with Mike McCarthy? Go get Deion Sanders right now.
What's funny is they wanted.
Hey, if I'm Dallas, you know what? If I'm Dallas, you know what I'm doing? I'm trading Dak, getting rid of him. I'm trading Parsons. I'm unloading, and I'm going getting Deion and Shadur. Just roll with it, see what happens.
Not going to happen, but I wouldn't mind it actually. Hey, Ferris, he got benched last game, and he hasn't been the same since. So I'm just saying.
Then that's Jerm. That's Jerm. Did you watch the game last week? He was 0 of 8 and 0 of 4. They pulled him for a minute. What?
Not for a minute. He's got 7 minutes in the second half.
You have different expectations.
Okay. Go back and rewatch it, dude. I'm not doing this with you tonight.
Sark isn't leaving. He has texted me. Yeah, I would agree with that probably. The only way a guy like Sark would leave is if he's done with college and you don't want to be with the NIL transfer portal. He's not going anywhere. They're winning this week, I think. I think it's going to be Texas, Notre Dame, in the championship game. You got Ohio State, Notre Dame, Jeremy?
Yeah, the closer I get to it, I may have to pick Texas. But right now, I got Ohio State, Notre Dame.
What would
I'll
change
see
your
what I'm feeling
mind
on
tomorrow?
Friday.
What would change
I
your mind
might.
tomorrow?
I might just see how I feel.
So you pick based off feel.
Well, sometimes when a team is just everyone's picking them.
Hunter is right again. What? Probably because of OSU, Ohio State, Notre Dame. I'm guessing. So it is cold out in my garage. I'm gonna have to. If anybody has ever insulated their garage, let me know how it is. If it's worth doing. I'm thinking about doing it. Get me some insulation on the garage door if that would help. Is it worth it? That's the question. Is it worth it to do that? Lincoln Riley to Dallas. Yeah, I'd like that too. Definitely should, Hunter says. Time to clean house at OU. And I think Randy's talking about basketball. I think he's talking about football. I think he's talking about all of it. Yeah, I can't do that, Mark. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? It'd be nice. Insulated garage door helps.
It's going to be a busy day tomorrow in Oklahoma with all the roads, Jay. Dion to the Raiders. Look, Vegas, that might happen. I don't see him staying at Colorado a whole lot longer. Me personally, I just don't see it. Do not see it. Man, so OU surprisingly gets another tight end out of the portal today. And still waiting on – you had the Marvin Jones and Kendall Daniels stuff that happened quickly this week early on. Now you got to wonder if there's going to be any other decisions on the portal. I do think that after some of these teams, Notre Dame, Penn State, Texas, Ohio State, after a couple of those teams lose, those guys have opportunities to hit the portal. Maybe there's someone there that, you could get in on. But other than that, I think the biggest news now is who's going to be the DC. And I saw someone put in the chat earlier that Lehman said there's no rush. And I know, Jay, you said that as well. If you're hiring someone, now I will say this, if it is Jim Knowles, they got to wait till he's done. So maybe that makes sense why they haven't gone after him. But if it's someone big time like that, I think you got to get him here quickly because you're going to have to start maybe changing some things up. Fanstop says the decisions for most of the portal players need to be made by this weekend. School does start on the 13th, but if you're a playoff team, you have a little extra time, correct? Hunter,
if you have a
like a week.
You have a 5-day window.
But
I believe
what about
after
enrollment to the university?
Yeah, you could still wait. Yeah, for sure. You have 5 days, I think, is what the answer is. So yeah, Ron Brown's cracking jokes in there is pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. And Dalpos, listen, I'm not getting my hope on any DC. You know why? OU already has their DC, Brent Venables. He's calling the defense, I think. I would be surprised if he didn't. And there it is, KB dropping it, Longhorn fan dropping it. There's the nightly Kel Gundy comment. Had to get it in. I have not seen the Joe John Finley comment yet for some reason. Wait on that one. That's the nightly one that's dropped in here. You have more time to enter. Enrollment is up to university. Each will be different. So there you go. Men's basketball team is like, I don't know, finish that sentence.
I wonder where Devin Brown's going to end up. Backup quarterback for Ohio State. And hey, here's a shock.
A couple of quarterbacks.
Jay, you were right. I was wrong. I'll say it again. You were right. I was wrong.
On
Joe
what?
John Finley is going to be a coach at OU next year, and I'm just baffled by it.
Yeah, that's why I told you. I thought
you think they're sitting around some cake and ice cream tonight celebrating Locke at 1 catch, 2 yards?
Jerm, I don't know if there's ever – I'm trying to – and I would have to look this up. For a team to get 3 guys at the same position with the total of 15 catches, is that right? Am I right with that?
It may be less than that.
It's interesting, to say the least. I don't even know
How many did they lose? They lost Fanui, Roberts, Sharp.
Yeah, but
And they
Fanui
brought
was
how
lost.
many in?
Fanui, whatever, Fanuel, however you pronounce the name, was lost earlier in the year. Okay, this is a great question by Benjamin. Who will be the spring ball player that everyone raves about and don't play in season? I would probably say
Hunter says one of the wide receivers. If I had to pick a receiver, it'd be Javonte Gibson.
I think it'll be a run. Well, I think you'll hear a lot about Torrey Blaylock, but they won't play him.
Hey, Jay, he's not going to play.
Well,
I see what you're saying. The question, yeah.
Jackson said Josiah Martin.
Okay.
Elijah Thomas is a good one. Josiah Martin. That's the question, Jeremy.
I didn't answer the question correctly, Jay.
Hey, and I think this is a bad take, Mark. I don't like this take, and I get your point, and I get people that say this. But maybe if people would have shown up, maybe they'd have won a close game. I mean, why do people show up for OU football then, Mark? Mark, why do people show up for OU football then the last 2 years? They don't want anything. Why do they sell out? It's a different animal. That's why. And I get it. It's basketball in Oklahoma. Basketball at OU will never sell out until there may be a few games a year. That's just the way it is. I don't care if you have a great team that's number one. Go look. Go look when they had Buddy Hield years. They had good crowds. I mean, it wasn't just they had that 1 year they had good crowds. But other than that, guys, they can't. They can't do it. They won't do it. They will never do it, ever. And build an arena, and that's fine. They might get 4,000 in there some nights. It just won't happen. The Thunder, too. You got the Thunder going on tonight. It's just.
Jay, everyone thought, and I see Benjamin's thing here, I think it's tongue-in-cheek, but everyone, including you, including me, including everyone that watched OU before the year, the Bauer Sharp stuff was unbelievable, and it had everyone believing. Totally with.
Talking about Bauer Sharp. I was too, Jerm.
All we heard was he was an athlete. He's played many different positions.
Hey, real quick,
size.
I got to talk about something that's it's in this chat, and it's about the Lloyd Noble Center. It's about the crowds. Maybe if they won, people would show up. They made a couple Final Fours with Kelvin Sampson.
They had good crowds that year.
You can't just say that. Go look at the SEC teams right now that show up. They show up nightly in SEC Stadium. Go look at Kansas State basketball. They show up like big time at Kansas State. What's the difference? It's because they're a basketball school? I'm curious on this. Like, why does certain teams, go down Duke, obviously, because they're the Duke Crazies, Cameron Crazies. But I'm trying to think of a team.
Hey,
like,
listen,
I just don't think OU will ever show up for basketball. I don't care if they won a national championship. The next year, it would be an average crowd on certain games.
Hey, and I want to go back to that comment about, and Daniel says it was bad schemes, and he's not saying he's not of some guilt of bad play, but most of it wasn't him. And maybe we're going to see how much was him when he goes to LSU. But going back to that comment about we drank the Bauer Sharp rat poison. Yeah, and listen, look, this podcast tells it like it is, period. Okay? I know it's been talked about that this podcast is way too negative, and all we do is bash players. And I'll say it again. There's nothing wrong with that when guys are getting paid $1 million. I will never attack anyone personally. I promise you that, though. I promise you that. I won't attack anyone personally, but I will attack bad play. And, yeah, we believed it. And then when it didn't happen, you got to call it out. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
OU's been one too soft. Should have seen it coming. Winning will fix everything. You're right, Mark. It fixes everything. It fixes coaches' jobs. It fixes everything. Podcast is way too positive, Crystal.
That's so funny, Crystal. Yeah.
It is tonight.
I get the tongue in cheek.
I was trying to get some of these comments, see if I can find them. Sharp was so overrated. Common. Doesn't matter what scheme you have. No, Sean, I disagree a little bit. I do think he was overrated, but I also think, like Daniel, I think the scheme just did not help him at all. Okay. And I think he's more talented than what you saw at Oklahoma. Now, do I think he's going to go at LSU and just destroy it? No, I would be shocked by that. Guys, when you go from a small school to SEC play, it doesn't always translate. It can. It will sometimes. Go look at Scatterboot. Scatterboot went from a small school, Sacramento State. He went and played big boy ball, and it worked out great. It doesn't happen to everybody, though. It just depends on the player. Will Alkin Kumi or EPL see the field this year? Yes. The answer is yes, in my opinion. Now, both of them, I don't know.
Yeah, the key word is or. The key word is or. It'll be EPL. I don't think Alkin Kumi plays, except in mop-up time. And hey, Jay, maybe OU's getting 3 or 4 6'4", 240-pound tight ends because they still are just baffled by how bad the blocking was this year. They're bound and determined to get one guy who can block out there. Maybe that's what it is.
Daniel says when he was there from 2012 to 14, we had a pretty decent scheme when I was there. Great from 2015 to 16 with Riley. You rarely saw a player not live up to the hype during that time. Learn how to use your weapons. But here's the thing. You can't Seth Luttrell and Joe John Finley, I don't think know how to use their weapons. And that's part of the problem. And that was part of the problem this year. And
Crystal has gifted 5 Sooner Surge memberships. She is matching the amount of recruits at tight end. She is matching OU recruiting 5 tight ends and going to match it with 5 gifts tonight. Thank you so much, Crystal. Appreciate it.
And somebody's asking, was attendance low tonight due to the weather? No, I don't think so. There's no weather tonight. It's cold. It was due to the fact that it's OU basketball, and it's due to the fact that Thunder played tonight on TV, national television. I mean, there's a lot of reasons.
There's a lot of reasons. But, hey, listen, let's end it on a positive note. Crystal is gifting 5 memberships. Make sure you claim them. If you claim one of those 5, email us at SoonerSurgePod@gmail.com. SoonerSurgePod@gmail.com. We also want to thank, that's Crystal we want to thank. We want to thank Dave McCook for the $10 super. If you're not in our Discord, join up, SoonerSurgePod@gmail.com. We always want to thank the Fan Stop. Just an elite apparel, officially licensed gear, locally owned, great people at the Fan Stop. Go look at their choices for their shirt of the month. You can get T-shirts. You can get a combo of long sleeve hoodie and T-shirts. You won't be disappointed. I promise you, you'll be way more impressed than some of the tight end recruits that OU's recruiting. But the OU does land John Locke out of the portal today. 1 catch, 2 yards last year. OU basketball blows an 18-point lead, something OU fans are accustomed to under Porter Moser, and the Thunder lose tonight. But not a great night for sports fans, but it's always great to be with you guys here on the Sooner Surge, the podcast that tells it like it is. Drop us a like before you get off here. Give us a comment. We'll see you tomorrow night. Stay safe as the snow comes and enjoy it. We'll see you tomorrow night.